Welcome to another episode of Action Figure Junkie. I'm your host, 16 the Icon, and today we are going to talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the action figures that I have that fit into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I previously did a Spider-Man themed video where I showed you guys that I have this guy here. I think it was maybe one of my collection videos where I showed you I had this guy. This action figure actually grew on me because I did not like the gold. I did not like the design of the suit. When the video game when Marvel Spider-Man Insomniac Spider-Man came out on PS4, I was one of the first people to grab it, and this was not a suit that I wanted, but it grew on me. Shout out to Insomniac Games. You guys do awesome work. Can't wait to play that Wolverine game. I cannot wait. But yeah, this action figure grew on me. There was actually a set of fisted hands that came along with this guy. And he has double jointed knees. He's got ankle pivot. Can move his feet up and down like so. Double jointed elbows. And I actually tried to make him look all the way up and the head popped off, so that does not happen. But for all intents and purposes, this is a great Spider-Man action figure. I'm sure that they've improved. When I get my Spider-Man 2099 and I get my Ben Reilly black suited Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a whole black hole of action figures, guys. It's a whole black hole. You can go Spider-Man and seriously forget about all the other Marvel characters for a couple years until you're done with Spidey, and he continues to come out with new outfits. So yeah, we went through Spidey. I would have loved to get a Tom Holland head sculpt with that. Unfortunately, that was not the case. It was not the case. And moving right along, let's go with the next crouched action figure, which was, and this one was the Civil War version of Black Panther, and I love this one. It has just the right amount of detail. He's got ab crunch so he can get into that pose. I believe that these are the only hands that he had. There was not a set of fisted hands, but the claws being shown is awesome. The feet with more like a ninja type of foot pattern, but still that is gonna blend with the whole Panther motif. This is my favorite Black Panther action figure. This is my favorite one. Now I have another Black Panther action figure, and that one is supposed to be from the actual Black Panther movie. And I don't know, they went with like a smaller body mold. Let me show you guys what I mean. The chest on this guy and the chest on this guy, he just looks way tougher. This one looks way more King of Wakanda. You know, like this guy is, we don't do that here. This guy right here is, get that man a shield. This is, I never freeze. See, this is perfect, man. I never freeze. This is perfect. Now, the other thing, I took the head sculpt from one of those and I used it for my Project Patriot guy, and I'll do a review on those guys. Those are my Kit Bash action figures that I just take the heads of different action figures and boots and gloves and whatnot, accessories, and make different action figures. But this guy right here actually did somewhat of a good representation of Chadwick Boseman in that movie. So this is my favorite Chadwick Boseman. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. I want to see what they do with this Wakanda Forever movie without you. But R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. This is, to me, the best representation of Chadwick Boseman. So this is both my favorite head sculpt and my favorite action figure for Black Panther. Okay. All right. So moving along from Black Panther, we're going to stay in the Black Panther camp, and we'll move to Okoye. And the first thing I want to show you with Okoye is I want to get in here, and if you can see the detail that they give you on her head, because you know she's bald with the head tattoo, right? They actually did a lot of good paint application to articulate that, and I appreciate it. It is tight. It is tight. I don't know if I can really zoom in. I don't want to mess up my other shot, but they did a really good job on Okoye as well. Now, Okoye was a Build-A-Figure for one of the waves. So you got, like, you know, her head, and you got her arm with one person and her other arm, and so it was cool that I was actually able to build Okoye, Dyne Guerrero, Michonne from Walking Dead fame. It was cool that I was able actually to build her and get her together. And then the Winston Duke character, or M'Baku, is the other Build-A-Figure character in the other wave. So in the other wave, you get the Build-A-Figure character M'Baku, which it's a whole thing to build that character. And right now, oh yeah, the infamous spear that Okoye wields in the movies was part of the deal. So you do get her spear. There's a little paint chip in there, but you do get the spear, and it's actually sweet. Once again, try and zoom in on those head tattoos, man. That is dope that they actually took it there. But yeah, so I have Okoye, and then the woman he freezes for, Nakia. And they did really good. They're really getting good on these head sculpts with the hair. I gotta say it, Hasbro, I am impressed. Good work. Good work. Good work. I'm not a Dora. Just put it on. Oh yeah. So that is definitely another one. And oh yeah, her face when Will Smith went up there and did what he did. Yeah. Alright, so let's move along to... Okay, I like these two action figures. I'm going to go to them first, and then I'm going to move to this guy right here. She's crazy, stupid frying, right? So, I was talking to my cousin, and my cousin says, he's telling me a story, and the story was real funny all the way through. And, I got this... when he's telling the story. I love you, Mr. Pym. I'm gonna watch that movie now just so I can watch him in the car scene, in the car chase scene. But yeah, he's even got the ex-con on his jacket. They did a lot of detail. The tie actually moves. If you can see, it is not like part of his shirt. It actually moves. But yeah, I like when they do little side characters like that, man, because everybody isn't a superhero, and some of those characters deserve, like, where's the action figure for Tip, for T.I.'s character, and David Dastmalchian, or I'm probably butchering his name, but where are those characters? I think they do have a Hank Pym action figure though. I believe they do have a Hank Pym action figure. Well, he was the old Ant-Man, so of course they had to do him. Now, since I did all of that, let me move Cap to the side. Move Cap to the side. You see we got two Thors, because I have Thor before and after, Infinity War and Endgame. So, but yeah, these two right here are definitely two of my favorites because Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ladies first. We'll show you Janet Van Dyne. Okay, and they do have this whole translucent thing where you can see through to her eyes. They did the same thing with Anthony Mackie's Captain America, where you can actually see through to their eyes, and that is a very, very nice detail. Very nice detail. And speaking of detail, like all through her suit, there is crazy, stupid detail. As I say all the time, single jointed elbows, of course. The ladies don't get double jointed elbows. She does have double jointed knees, though. She can, as Robo says, kick her own ass. She can. So she does have that. She does have the backpack before it sprouts the wings. And there's a port on the back right there. And boom. There she is before she sprouts the wings. And you can take that out of the back. And in the same port, you can sprout the wings. They also have it with the wings sprouted. So this is like, she's normal size, like the size I am when I'm holding the action figure, and she can shrink to this size and still punch you like someone the size of a person that's holding this action figure. I think that's pretty dope. Now also, one of the accessories. Oh, and there's that pop. One of the accessories is, of course, the head sculpt. And you get Evangeline Lilly. And I think they did a pretty good job of Evangeline Lilly in the Ant-Man and the Wasp film. Very good job. Very good job. See, I got sidetracked with a lot of the comic book action figures, and I got away from my Marvel Cinematic action figures. I got wrapped up. But that is a great, let me bring her back on, a great Evangeline Lilly head sculpt. Ponytail and all. The ponytail would have been dope if they would have been able to maybe articulate it like Sabretooth's like Sabretooth's ponytail. Maybe we should start working on that with ponytail characters. That'd be kind of sweet. I'm gonna keep her over here tucked to the side because the next person we've got up is Scott Lang. And if you get a good enough look, you can see they did not do the same thing with him. With the eyes. They did not. So, nope. I was going to say, look, and they did it again, but they didn't. They did not do it again. And he looks exactly like he does in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which this suit was much better. Much better. And, of course, oh, there he is again. Now, there he is. And he's got the smirk there, Paul Rudd. This is a very good representation of Paul Rudd. Once again, bravo, guys. Bravo. As I said, two of my favorite MCU figures because they are really accurate. It looks just like, you know. Thanks for thinking of me. I'm shaking your hand too hard. Too long. Paul Rudd is hilarious, man. Good job, Paul Rudd. I didn't think I was gonna like him as Ant-Man. I just kind of just always trust Kevin Feige and his team, and it always they never failed me. But I had my reservations about Paul Rudd. I was like, the guy from Clueless. I'm like, oh man, really? I'm like, really? The guy from 40-Year-Old Virgin, the weird friend. I'm like, oh man, come on. But they did not fail me. They did not fail me. Now, y'all know I love Cap, so I had to go to Cap. This isn't really a great Chris Evans head sculpt, but I like the head sculpt. I thought that for an action figure, this was pretty good until they did what they did with the 2-pack with him and Sam. I thought this was pretty decent. This looks just like his Nomad suit with the star ripped off. He doesn't have his shield because he dropped it and gave it to Tony, you know, after the fight when they found out what was going on with Bucky. And Bucky killed Tony's mom and dad, and Steve knew about it, and liar. So there was no extra head sculpt or anything. Oh, honorable mention. Nakia did have 2 of these, but I could only find 1 for the review. These are those little discs, those little rings that she had in the movie, her little weapons. But yeah, there wasn't any actual like accessories with this guy. There wasn't like, any accessories with this guy other than get that man a shield. He did have a shield. The Wakandan Shield. I am trying to get it on his hand right now, and there we go. So yeah. Because they have to give Cap some kind of shield because he's supposed to have a shield. So they did give him the Wakandan Shield. And this is one of my favorite action figures because I just like that version of Cap. I just liked it. 3 more figures and we'll be done, guys. 3 more figures and we'll be done. And so since we have 2 of them, I'm going to save them both for last. And I'm going to go right to one of my other favorite action figures from the MCU. This War Machine is a beast. Look at the detail, man. It's like so old school reminiscent. The metallic blue, the red, the white, the helmet, the guns, the missiles on the legs and everything. He's like a big Robotech. He's like a big Gundam or something. But it is dope. It is dope. And this thing is very posable. Not stupid posable. I mean, what you're not gonna have him pose like, you know, pose around like Spider-Man because he's in armor. But for what he should be able to do, he can do it pretty much. And they've got these on the side of his leg. These are supposed to be on the side of his leg for display if he just popped them out. But if he's just regular flying around, you take all of his stuff off of him because this is him blown out. This is him about to tear some shit up. That's what this is. But you can actually, whoa, my bad. You can actually take these off and these. Whoops, sorry, Thor. And these. And that is what War Machine would look like without all the bells and whistles already out. Which is still pretty menacing. And the arc reactor in the chest. Everything's there. Okay. Last 2 in the review. Last 2 in the review. Let's give this guy something. Because he doesn't have anything. So let's strap him up. Whoa. Give him a hammer too. Right there is the Thor Let's Kill Him Proper Like This Time from Endgame. And this is Thor that just got the Stormbreaker and said, "Bring me Thanos," and should have went for the head. And it's pretty much the same design. It's pretty much the same design, but this guy let himself go a little bit. It's pretty much the same design. The cape's a little different. The cape is a little different. Yeah, slightly. They went a little different with the cape. They went a little brighter with the cape. Definitely gave him the belly. pants are the same. I like the translucence on both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. The head sculpt is exceptional. This is really, really good. Action figure art. This is what the show is about. Action figure art. But what I wanted to do as a small segment, oh, hear that pop. What I wanted to do as a small segment is see if we could do this. See, could I get away with? Yep, I can get away with it. Check this out. Is there beer? Is there beer on the Quinjet? What do you think's flowing through my veins? Cheese whiz? I like that I can put the one with the sunglasses on the fat Thor with the, yeah, I love it. That's dope. That's dope. So now I'm gonna have him displayed with the sunglasses. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. But yeah, these were both the Thors. I got one from Endgame when he let his hair go all the way out, and then I got the other one from Infinity War. You know, when he had cut his hair and he wasn't all Fabio. He wasn't all Fabio. Alright everybody, I was trying something a little different with this little red background back here. I'm not sure whether or not I like the shadows and everything that's going on back there, so we may try something a little different, but just experimenting and seeing what looks good and what doesn't. But yeah, this has been another episode of Action Figure Junkies, and you can check me out in the next video. In the next video, we will be doing the villains, the bad guys. Probably going to be 2 parts to that because I actually had more villains than I thought I had. I have a full shelf of villains. Full shelf. Oh, an honorable mention, because you know we like to do those. The version of the Iron Spider that I remember was this guy right here with the ball jointed hips. And this is horrible. Yeah, it's just, this is for the claws. I mean the legs, the extra legs that come out. That's where those go. But this is the actual design from the comic. But this action figure is hideous. Hideous. I know these guys can do the new wave of action figure bucks with that paint job and everything and do it much better. But thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that little bell down below so that you get alerts each and every time we drop new content. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.